So Mark, a youngish side out there that's just got the result against Newcastle. Just talk me through your initial thoughts after that match.
Well, I thought overall really positive. Like you touched on earlier, we've got we had a young side out tonight. I think 80% of the side were under 15. So really pleased, especially with the first half where we kind of scored some nice tries, played some nice stuff, showed some good skill, all the things that we've been working on in training. Second half, probably, I'll take a little bit of responsibility in relation to making quite a lot of changes. But again, at this level, it's all about development, making changes and giving some playing time and creating exposure to some more younger kids who probably not have much game time this year. So, overall, really pleased. Like anything, there's plenty to work on. But I'm quite happy where we're going at this moment in time. So.
Was it quite easy, given the scoreline at half-time, to say to those boys that maybe haven't had the minutes this year, that were on the bench, and sort of have trust in them to go out and show what they can do?
Yeah, I think it was always my intention to change it around at half-time. Like I say, there's no pressure on me to kind of roll out results. It's all about making sure we get players prepped for to get round the corner for the next level. So it's always been my intention and will always be during my time at the club to make sure that we get that. We don't always go with the strongest side. We've got to create playing opportunities for all our players, and that's the beauty of Leeds. That's what we do.
And there was a couple of standout sort of performances. If you look at the try side, Noah Whittingham scoring 3 on his first start. Kai Taylor-Smith as well putting a whole host of points up, not just from scoring tries, but the boot as well. Was there any other players that, in your eyes, really stood out tonight? I
thought the forwards. I thought young Jane, when he came on, made a real difference. We talked about playing through the middle and earning the right before we shifted. And I thought, as 3 middles that we had, or 4 middles, did really well. We lost a couple. I think we lost 3 players that couldn't go back on. So that kind of affected his rhythm and affected who we could play where. It did to his detriment towards the back end of that second half. Thought we lost his way a little bit, but you're never going to get that perfect result that every coach strives for. Certainly not on this level, but really positive with the outcome, I think.
And a special shout out to Dax Millington making his first scholarship appearance tonight. How do you think he went on?
Yeah, I thought he did great. He come in, a couple of offloads, some good late footwork. He's definitely something that we can build on in the pre-season, leading into next year. And the amount of exposure that the young kids have had this year, I think it sets us up well for next year.
Just touching on, obviously, next year, this is a penultimate game before, I think we've got Castleford here, towards the end of the month. Will you be looking in that game to sort of keep building on, giving those younger guys an opportunity? Yeah. But also looking at those under-16s that obviously be looking for an academy contract next year? Yeah,
I think so. I think we're getting towards that back end where certain decisions have already been made on the 16s. But I think if you look through my time as coach at Rhinos at the scholarship, I always kind of either go 50-50 or 60-40 with the splits on his age group. I'm not kind of one to go out with the strongest side week in, week out. It's all about creating playing opportunities for our young players, and I'm proud of my track record on doing that, really, to be honest. So that will continue as long as I'm here.
Do you think that second half today helped that development and gave some of those boys, given the scoreline as it was already, that the game wasn't done, they still had another 40 minutes of work to do, and do you think that will help their development?
100%. You touch base on young Dax, who's not really played many games in rugby league. He's come into us quite late, so putting him in a position where he's a little bit outside his comfort zone, stretching his limitations a little bit, sets him up well for moving forward. And we get a good pre-season into him, then he'll be a formidable player for us, fingers crossed, going forward.